Right, we are live. I think we are ready to start. Well, we got everything ready what we need. We've got the same pictures as always before the last time we had. Anyway, anyway. I just don't know what the hell I touched there from my hands. My hands are clean anyway. Anyway, welcome to Queensville, guys. I am so sorry the stream is late today. There is a reason why it's late, actually. First of all, I was supposed to be going out tonight for a few drinks with some friends, and unfortunately it's been cancelled now. So I've been waiting nearly all day for messages coming back from people, and nothing's happening tonight. So that's why my day has been kind of a bit thingy. Also, I just wanted a bit of just a rest for a few hours so I could get ready for tonight's Queensville, and we'll just basically do that. So far, anyway, how are you guys? I might feel a little bit queasy because I had some dinner today, and I had my Korean chicken today. Was alright. Not too bad. But we're gonna what we're gonna do today. Today on Queensville, we're gonna just basically do a pajama chat today. Just to find out how things are going. I'm really not feeling too good, to be honest. But I should be fine. I've got some tablets here. I'll take them actually now and I'll get on my thing out the way. So welcome guys to the stream. We have news. A lot of news. I've got 3 things to mention today, which is going to be good. And it's going to take this paracetamol while I'm. Quite got some indigestion in myself. So a very good evening to Planet Mixer. I've been speaking to him all day. And Mr. Bad Guy's been speaking to him as well. And I have been sent a parcel that's been sent today. I should receive that Monday or Tuesday. And I hope to plan to actually unbox that live on the next stream, which is going to be cool. I've also been writing a new song today called Hectic. Change the lyrics because Lauched didn't sound right with it. Sent that to Jade today. Hope she likes it. How long do you plan to do the stream for? Just for about an hour, just an hour and a half, 90 minutes. I think today we need 90 minutes to do. But let me just get through some stuff first. So I'll get you chatting, guys. We're going to just to do a few things. We're not going to talk about the Dead Inside stuff tonight. We've done that already, so that's all sorted out. I mean, I've had a brilliant meeting yesterday with everybody. Fantastic. That's all I'm going to say. Fantastic. But we have our new recruit coming in. Probably the week after, because next week we have a problem next week, which I will explain. But the first thing I want to talk about is Kris's channel. Kris has been getting a great feedback from his channel. People are loving it so much. The videos are great. He's just posted another one this today. He's back on track now with these videos, which is wonderful. So Metal 1-on-1 is doing really well indeed. He's been getting nearly over 500 views now for his channel. And the videos have been going really well. So he is doing very, very well for his channel. He's getting there. He'll get his AdSense sorted out for his next few months. He will anyway. But going back to something I talked about on Tuesday was the AdSense that I will apparently need to sell with my AdSense. Well, I have tried to email back YouTube, but I have figured out what is going on. I'm going to explain. This is something that's something interesting. What YouTube did, the reason they disabled my AdSense is because it's on a temporary hold, and apparently, what they do is a month in advance they notify obviously the changes in the policies that happen with it and stuff. Apparently, going back to some of the stuff I went through on the YouTube help page, which was very interesting indeed, was copyright material you don't get paid for because it's obviously it's not your copyright, it's the way that you made the videos for it, which I totally understand. So Angry Penguin doesn't get anything for it, and I lose AdSense off that. Anything that I do create content for, it just basically gets paid from, I get paid from Google. And the other thing is that we've had I went through all the policy about why it was stopped, why it was done, and it's fair use. And I should have really put on my videos copyright fair use, obviously, for what it was made for. I didn't know at the time. YouTube is actually right to do what they did. What they've done is the reason to stop the AdSense is because, right, this is interesting. The reason to stop the AdSense is just because it's on a temporary hold. It doesn't mean your AdSense has been stopped forever. It's a fact that they've stopped it for over a month because the content you're producing for your channel, you have to make sure that you stay within the rules of YouTube's policy thing. So, current material from the Queen side of it, I won't get paid for, but any original material that I do upload will get paid for. So that's the reason why they stopped the AdSense for it. I can totally understand that. That is absolutely fine. I've just had an email back from them, and they said that you can reapply your AdSense back on the 26th of October, and I can get the channel back up and running, and then I'll be able to get the AdSense back up and running for the original videos that's content for it. And that's the reason why my AdSense was stopped. So I looked into it, and it is nothing I can do. It's a fact YouTube has to do it because the guys at YouTube, they have to maintain a policy now with everybody, and it doesn't affect me. It affects everybody else. It does, and it affected probably Fine Brothers. There's quite a lot of content out there which has been I'm not able to get anything for it now, but it's all right. It's fine. It's fine. So we need to talk about the other thing coming up, but I don't want to talk about it yet because it is it's our problem. It's about we've got to do something with it. So Gaming Heads here. So big thank you very much to Jade, who sent out the parcel. Today. Great stuff. I'll get that on Monday. I inboxed him about the other things as well, and he was okay with it. He was fine. I'm very glad that YouTube did actually accept my agreement. So that will be sent to him on the 12th. The 12th of October is to be sent in his thing, which is just something between me and him when we discussed it anyway. And that was fine. That is sorted. Tess, who was the man who did your videos in 2009 and 2010? Look skinny and long hair and glasses on, showing your collection. Kris. That was Kris, who you've seen on Metal 101. He didn't want to be on camera. The very first ones we ever shot was his Queen collection that we did, and he wanted to be part of this. But he felt uncomfortable being on camera, and he hated being on camera. But now, that was him quite a while back. He lost a lot of weight in that time as well. And to this day, he's back doing his new channel now, Metal 101, and that was Kris. And he started working with me in 2009 when we started the channel. And then we, because we basically had toyed around the idea of, me and him were in the town one day and we said, do you know what we should do? Why don't we do a Queen channel? That would be great for all of us to do. And we were for it, we were full on. And we thought, yeah, it'd be a good idea that, because, you know, we've never done YouTube before, we've never done a partner thing. And they said, yeah, we'll do it. And he was for it. And in about 2013, he left. He officially left because there wasn't any. He just had enough of it. He didn't want it to work, so that was fine. And so then, but now I've got Mark coming in, who's starting. He starts on the 10th of October, which is the day I'm going to shoot the demos and outtakes video with Mark. So I phoned him on live on Wednesday, and he said, I've been trying to touch me, and I said, oh yeah. And I said, well, I said, when do you want to do that video? And he said, Tuesday. I think it's the 10th. Probably Wednesday it is. And I said, great. So Wednesday, I'm off to the shoot to do his video. Can't wait to do it. Still got to plan it all out and everything else and stuff as well. Jamie's here. Hello, Jamie. I'm from Ecuador. Where can I get an acetate of Innuendo? I will tell you that in a minute. Well, that's who it is, Kris. Even that Freddie consider his favourite to drink champagne, I can get away with having one as a toast, once every 2 years, or with someone who I know decided to have a wedding reception to go to if it's free on the table. That's not bad. If Freddie was there, though, it would be good. It would work out pretty well for me as well. For me, it would be good. So Jamie says, where can I get an acetate of Innuendo? Well, what is that? What I don't know what it means. Does it mean the single, 12-inch single, the album version, or the main album of Innuendo? Maybe more specific about it. But if you want to know more about that, Discogs is your best place to go and actually buy it. Discogs.com. Search for the album. Yep, this is where you want to get it from. Get it from Discogs.com and search Innuendo, and it will bring you all of the recent releases for it. You can also get it from eBay, but if you want to pay a high price for it, try and ping on it. The one on Discogs, which I can actually put my camera back on now, my capture screen. We're going to get rid of this Jody thing now because you guys have had this on. Let's get the well, before I actually do this, I don't want to do what I did last time. So let's make sure we don't have things that we don't need to show. Actually, here's something I was going to do. How do you get your icons off the screen? That's an icon blank. Nice one. Okay, so let's go to window capture. Is it? Possibly. No, don't worry about that. Let's go to let's add video capture. No, not that one. Okay, that's fine. I'm not going to bother with that. But give me 2 seconds. 2 seconds. 2 seconds, guys. Just don't, please. I hate when this happens to me. I can't get this OBS thing. I can't get used to it still. We're going to display capture. That's what we need. Hooray! There we are. Okay, display capture's on now. So let's go to Discogs.com. Let's go to Innuendo. Now you can buy it in Spanish for a good price. I'm going to have a look and see if the acetate is still here. Now somebody was selling the acetate on this version. Let's go to LP promo. This is the LP promo. This is the rare one. This is the rare one. This is the signed copy of it. This is the rare promo version, which is the acetate. This is the UK promo issue with signed autographs. The back cover bears genuine manufacturer's property not for sale, and it sells at a whopping £2,000. Yeah, they are £2,000. That is very expensive. That's probably going to be the best one that you're going to get for it. £2,000 for Innuendo. That is very, 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 very good indeed. He says, let's have a look. Let's see. It's £2,000 for the acetate. For the one on eBay, I think it might be a bit more, probably £4,000 on eBay to buy. But £2,000 is what you really need to buy for it, which is really, really good indeed. Let's see. I bought the 12-inch single of Headlong, love it. The B-side with Mad the Swine is brilliant. The Mad the Swine version is actually the full version of it. No fade-ins, no things on it. Is this page fair? Is this page fair? Are you on about the Discogs page or the other page? Discogs page is fair. This channel is alright. You can say what you want. Not them sort of things. Anyway. But it's about £2,000 for the acetate for it, really. And you wonder if you'll buy that. Well, if you've got the money for it, well, someone's selling it in the UK, but maybe overseas it might be a bit pricey. But it seems. But the page is. I don't know what he means. I don't know what he means. You have to be specific. It's seen in it. The move stand seemed a little like Take That. Have found a replacement for a false member. You keep going on about this band. Stop it. That is not what I want to talk about. I don't want to talk about things like fucking them idiots. Please. Crazy. Planet says, I kind of magic supertez live at the Wee Chief 2008. Please tell me the story behind what that was for. And I also think you've got a good singing voice. Well, this is the first time I've gone back in my past and looked at my videos, which is really interesting. Well, many years ago, and I'm talking that year was the year I met Steve for the first time. I started doing my first album, which was unreleased, which was just demos, and it was a good album to do. It got me into production and learning all the bits and pieces about production. Now it's dead easy. It's a piece of piss. And when I released that album in 2008, I went back. I came back home to the northeast, and I had no work. And where I used to work in Isle of Man was a great job. And I thought one night I was going to go in. I was just going to walk around. I was going to walk around the various areas. I thought Friday night, I'm going to go out and I'm going to see if I can be popular to be what I need to be. Now, if you do bear in mind, this was not how I acted. This is not how I act now. Like I used to be hyperactive, and I used to do a lot of work. This room, this what you see now, the PC used to be over here, and that's where the studio was, actually on this side. But when we changed it round a few years ago to this side, I felt it was better, and we had more space now to work. The way it came around was there wasn't anybody really doing any performances of Queen songs live. So a few months later, I decided that I wanted to try something that would work very well for the I would like to try something for the for the mentality of entertainment. And so I thought my voice was really good, and I thought my singing was brilliant. And so I just had the urge to really go out and try and do what I could. And I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to go down to some places, and I want to see if there's anything that could be around what could be perfect to do. So, and this is how I met Steve. This is a very interesting story. So the night that I went out, I just thought, you know what, tonight I'm going to go out and I'll have my stick there, perform, have my stick, and really just do my act, my dance act. And at the time, it was a bloody good show. I used to do I did that for 3 years. That was a long, long time ago. I can still do it. I can still do out and perform. My voice was kind of, I had to learn a lot about singing and learn about a lot of things I had to do. And so I thought, you know what I'm going to do? Instead of me performing Queen songs that they know, I might put a little bit more of a flavour to a song that would work out well. Now, this is how this came around. This is how this kind of magic came around. What I did was I started originally with the original track, but then I got the drum single of "I Believe in Dreams," which you've all heard this on YouTube now, and it's becoming a bit of a nice thing, that. And I did that mix the first time round, and I would have thought I got a good reaction from it. But when I was at the Wee Chief, I performed that about 3 times, and the third night I was there, you could not believe the reception I had. I had done so well to do that in an amazing track. Steve was there, I was there, and I was full on. And there's a video actually that was of my birthday that was filmed. My friend Mark filmed it, and I said, look, I want this footage back. And I still think to this day that I did pull it off. I mean, there has been many versions I've done of that song. I did it live in 3 pubs, and I did fucking great, and I loved doing that. Now, as you can tell, I'm not into that anymore. But that's how the stage name came around. I thought, do you know what? There's got to be a name that somebody nicknamed for me and stuff. And the reason that and somebody in the pub said, but I think the name came from something like I was watching Superman 1 when Rico came out, and I thought, well, Kris named me Tez, and I went, oh, good idea. I've got 2 things to put in my supertez live. And that actually, that name is stuck with everybody, because everybody knows me from now. And everybody says, oh, it's Tez, it's Tez, it's Tez. Everybody knows me all over the Northeast. And that's how that was put together. And it was a hell of a lot of work to do. It wasn't thinking I was, did I rehearse it all? Did I think it? No. I didn't rehearse any of it. I just played the track for over 3 hours to learn as much as I could. But getting a routine where I kind of wanted to go down and I wanted to feel like I was just doing the moves and things. And not imitating Freddie Mercury, but I tell you what, when I do it, it's fucking brilliant. I mean, it is really good. So I do technically have to say that I really, really, really like. I really like the way I did it, and that's how that came around. That's how I met Steve, and we've been friends for over nearly about 10 years now. And Steve is a great guy. I really got on really well with him, and right now he's doing. Right now, we've been talking about something else that we're doing as well. We might hopefully get an album out actually with him. He wants to do a rock and roll album. or really are thinking about bringing it out actually. If you like rock and roll music, you'll like Steve's work. It's good. But I want to try and work with that guy. Possibly in the next couple of months. We're going to try something out. I've had an idea actually what we'll do it. But that's how my stage name came around, and I did over about 3 years of it, and then I just retired because it was just too much. It was too much to go through it. But saying that, everybody, including teenagers and stuff, all want me to do it again and again and again, and I'm thinking, nah, I really don't do it anymore. But if the odd one thing does come up, like someone calls me and says, "Ted, we need you at the Shack, can you come and perform for us?" I'll say, yeah, sure. How much are you going to pay me for? It's just like, well, so I'd love to do it again actually because I loved it. And then I got out of that, and then about 5 years did Rock Show Live. Then after that, that demised, and then started this ST Entertainment Limited, which for some reason the picture's not on the screen. There it is. And I started up ST Entertainment and also with Queensville as well. And that's why I want to get back into it. And that is how. So if you're watching videos back, they are really amazing actually. I was knackered by the time I did. I think Electric Dreams was probably the hardest one to do. With the high ranges, very difficult song indeed for it. But yeah, Kind of Magic's good song. Good song. Okay, we're going to go back to the chat now. Okay, so let's have a look. He says, okay, do you think Innuendo is the best record? Had this conversation before actually. It's the last best record to date. But I wouldn't say my opinion that it is the best one. It's just kind of it's just a nice end to the band's career. And that's why I chose Stop Me for it as well. It's Queensville Live tonight. It is a bit late, guys. I'm sorry we're late because we had some stuff to sort out. It's 8:30 now, so welcome to the chat. Welcome Jamie, welcome Gaming, welcome Planet. Planet will have all the questions tonight because it's going to be so cool. He says, I hope you enjoy my I hope you'll enjoy my DVDs. I love them, mate. I can't wait to see them. It's so cool, so cool. Planet says, I've been collecting movies over 8 years now. I have over 950 something. I decided to put the Highlanders in the collection this week. I will have to say, I'm still looking for the UK preset version of Highlander, and I still haven't found it yet. But if anybody's willing to actually go and buy it on eBay for £9, the VHS version of it from Thorny Am I, I'd like to see that opening, please. Because I love the VHS version of it. It's on the cut as well. Highlander. There's one thing I'm going to say. Highlander. Stick to 1 and 2. The rest of them I wouldn't bother with because it doesn't make any sense. And Christopher Lambert doesn't really do any justice in that one. 1 and 2 is the best because there's only one more Queen song that they put in the second movie that apparently had to be in. Let's have a look. I will watch them one by one, but a little review comment someone stating there can only be 5 rather than 1. What's that got to do with Highlander? Oh, I see. There can be 5, only 1. Oh, I see what you mean. Ridiculous. Marketing advertisement from Canal Plus. Canal Plus in France. We make good movies, but we have to make terrible introductions. Like screaming. But you know what I get about Canal Plus? The logos are dreadful. Do you remember the very early ones they brought out with that opera singer and the and all that? You just think, what is all that about? Please, it's just like hoo ha. It's just, please get rid of it. It's like, why are you, what you Studio Cal's trying to do is trying to scare you at the very beginning of the record and go, get that off. Just terrible. What happened to John Deacon? John Deacon retired. As Gaming Heads has actually said there. Yes, I know he retired, but is he still making music? Nope, he's not making music anymore. He is just really out the scene now. One thing about it. He lives with his family and doesn't want to make music anymore. Yes, he is. Lynn B is joined. New subscriber. Thank you for tuning in. Get the questions in, guys. Deacon still makes income from Queen songs. Yes, that's absolutely true. Can't blame him for not waiting to perform Queen tribute like the other two when you've done it for real. Do you know what? Actually, that's something that I will point out. You know, Lynn's had a good question there. That is actually a good question. Now, it's very bizarre because if you think about it, the new film that's coming out, which I understand everybody's going to see it now. I'm still going to see it. I get my tickets actually next 2 weeks' time, actually. But I think I might be able to get it on the day. But I am going to the thing. Definitely, I'm going to see the film. Definitely going to see it. But yeah, but what he gets his income from is the fact is his income only comes out with the movie, the credits for the movie. At the end of the credits, he gets paid for that as well. Brian May puts money towards it as well. Robert De Niro's put money towards it as well. Arnold Culpinson put money towards it as well. From Regency Entertainment. So yeah, but he's got to make. But I tell you what, they still want to do it. But they're going to make a decision next year whether they're going to keep Twatface or not. That's something I really like to know at the time. But what I want to see the in all the papers. I want to see the reviews. I want to see what they're going to say. And and this is what I was thinking about doing actually. I was thinking about getting every single paper to find out if there was a review of this movie. And then I was going to come live on camera and I was going to share you guys the free view, but I'm going to go, well, I'll go with this one. I think that one's terrible. The Metro probably will say loads of crap about it anyway, which they're bound to anyway, but I doubt it anyway from it. Or it's just their own thing. So look out for a special video of reviews from Rhapsody. That would be very interesting indeed. Strange to think the only song Brian and Roger wrote together in 20 years of Queen music is Machines Are Back to Humans. I am 100% sure John and Roger or even have shared a writing credit with John. The song actually started out with Mercury doing it. And I think Machines Back to Humans, I think the Works album, in my definitive mind, is the fantastic follow-up from the Game album. The Works album is one of their best heavy fucking albums to date. The new remaster, the 2011 remaster, is fucking spot on. It's just brilliant. Best sound quality ever fucking heard. That's why it's heavy and pounding. I couldn't give a crap about like Man on the Prowl. Don't like Man on the Prowl. It would be better if they had that song off and put Let Me In Your Heart Again. If it was completed. But it wasn't. But that would be very nice if we had that anyway from it. Which is cool. Nice. Alright guys, so I need to talk about next week. Now, unfortunately, due to Devon and her, next week she goes for her X-ray and she goes for her snip next week. My sister is coming up for a few days and the studio is out of action next week. Can't believe it. But we're hopefully going to be back up and running on Friday with the studio. So, I mean, I can still do the business work for this business, which is good. But we just don't have I'm kind of next week here, there, and everywhere, and I just don't know what is happening yet. So I could be out with Devon. I could be. My sister might probably ask me to give her a hand with some stuff. Next week is going to be absolutely ridiculous next week, and I will not be able to live stream next week either. So, well, I can live stream, but the thing is, though, things get in and out. When my sister's always here, it's always knock on the door, straight in, knock on the door, straight in, and I can never get a moment's peace at all to do live streams. So, and I can't promise this. I can't promise that this will be, if this will be off or anything. It's just the fact that we kind of are really worried about Devon next week, because today she's been on a very long walk, long one today, and I can't take her out. I was going to take her out at night, but I'm not taking her out at night. She can just lie there and stuff. So I don't have any problems at all live streaming. It's the fact that I am trying to write stuff and I'm trying to do demos and stuff. But there's going to be a week where I'm not going to be able to do it because my sister's going to be bugging me a lot, and it's just like, oh, please. So that's why, guys, there will not be a Queensville on Tuesday. I mean, I really will try and get online, but it might be a bit later on at the night when we can do it. But that's unfortunately, that's how things are at the moment, so I do apologise for that. So I'm a bit shit about that for next week. But never mind. You've got to carry on. Business comes first before Queensville. So that's why there won't be any Queensville next week. I doubt it. If only if my sister wants to book me and watch movies that she always wants to do. Well, she can borrow my laptop. Actually, that might be a better idea, but actually on a laptop, I'll tell you. But we'll see. We'll come back to that bridge. We'll come to it, guys. I'll probably make an announcement on the Queensville page on Facebook anyway. So please do stay tuned to that Queensville page next week. I will let you know if I'll be live or not. I don't know, because I've got so many things happening at the minute, which is kind of with the business and everything else. So do bear with me, guys. Please do bear with me. Right, back to the chat. I just need to check something out. Yeah, guys, I was meant to be out tonight, but unfortunately, plans are cancelled now. People don't got any money. People got no money to go out. So, understandable. And I haven't got anything, but anyway. Okay, so moving on from this. Established sounds, Ted, mate. Yes, it might be an Austin thing. As I stated, I am wanting to add Bohemian Rhapsody to the movie collection as the 1000 number when it's out next year. Well, actually, it might be planned to come out earlier than that, actually, because the movie is scheduled to be out on DVD at Christmas time. Because they're trying to push this out now and stuff. And yes, before you even ask, guys, the soundtrack is out now, and no, I won't be getting it. I've had a lot of complaints about that soundtrack, and I don't want to go there. So no, I won't be talking about the soundtrack. You heard about the soundtrack in the past few streams ago, so go and have a look at that review anyway, if you want to look at that. But on Blu-ray, if I see it and I find it's crap, if it's something to do with the band and I want it in my collection, it will still be special for me to have in my movie collection to make 1000. Yes, well, I'll say it from this point of view, right? You get on the Blu-ray version, you get loads of deleted scenes, and you get loads of other stuff. Then they want to get commentary from Brian and Roger, and because I want to do the commentary. Yeah, Brian, Roger, will you do the commentary, please? Come on, do it on the DVD for us, please. Come on, DVD, come on. I think the commentary will be interesting to actually listen to that, actually, to find out why did they do this movie, and what was the writer, who was the writer of this movie, who was he? The Queen. He's from the Queen online official online site. Yeah, but he's great stuff indeed. But I hope people are going to get credit for what they do for this movie anyway from this. Now here's the thing. Does anybody remember our website? I'm trying to think about what it was called. There was a website going around that I don't think ever exists anymore. And it was to do... Oh, Jade's here. Hello. Logan says hi. Hiya. Now, does anybody remember oh, Mouse, talk to us, Jade. Anyway, talk to us. Yes. Can I just quickly say to Jade, by the way, thank you very much for yesterday, and I just hope you really enjoyed the gifts yesterday as well. And Judy got the same as what you got. She loved it as well, actually. she'll be eating on sweets tonight, writing the music down, writing songs that night as well. That's cool. But anyway, going to move on from that. I'm going to just get on with what I was saying before. If everybody remembers that website, is anybody going to remember a guy called Ron B? Ron B used to run a website called queenmuseum.com, and it was full of scans from original things. He also had a massive timetable going out with a Wikipedia before Wikipedia ever existed, and he really was spot on. Ron B, whatever happened to that guy? Yeah, really liked it as well. She says, I really appreciated it. Thank you very much. No problem. We just hope this movie's going to be good. I hope so. Yeah. So Logan, if you're watching, Logan, hello. I hope you gave Logan a sweetie, by the way. Hope you did. Instead of him going, meh. As he was anyway. Anyway, I'm going to move on from that. I'm always, but Blu-rays primarily because of quality. Jade's got loads of Blu-rays. You can play Blu-rays in PS4 actually. I told her about this before actually. That if you buy Blu-rays, you can play them in the PS4 and PS3 as well because they are amazing. The Blu-rays are fabulous quality. The version of Highlander on Blu-ray, fully uncut in the UK, was absolutely brilliant. It was really good. I hope the movie. Lynn says, I hope the movie is good. There are very few rock battles though. Usually turn out to too sanitized for me. The Doors movie was pretty good. Yeah, people have been asking about the Doors movie. Fucking good. But that was years ago. The Doors movie was brilliant. The Doors movie, theatrical version of it on DVD was very good. But was cut bits out of it. The Doors movie, brilliant. The Hendrix movie, that somebody told me about that one. It was the right one. Watched it, loved it. Brilliant, perfect thing. But like I said before, if you want to go see the movie, I'm still humming and hawing about it. I still want to see it, but I'm not going to go like stand up and go wow. It's like no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to basically let me come back on Queensville and say how was the movie, and I'll probably just say blasphemy anyway. What is anyway from it, but it will happen. It will happen. It will happen. Don't you worry. Because the time that the movie comes out, the fact is, you'll all be exactly what I say. You'll say, "Huh, yeah, told you." I ordered tickets for the movie, by the way. October 31st is my day. I haven't ordered tickets yet for mine. I'm just going to buy them on the day. There'll be loads left anyway. There'll be loads left on the day. It's only if there's just thing done it. But Mark was going to go to the London premiere of it, but he's not going now because he's up here, which is one thing. Jade recently went to see Wicked, by the way. Wicked was amazing. It was the best reception. She cried her eyes out at the end. She was going, this is just so wonderful. So Jade went to see Wicked in Sunderland, and she had a great night there as well. It was brilliant. Got a load of Wicked merchandise. Oh my God. It was amazing. Amazing. I think Jade might have an idea to come back in here. She's going to go, I know what we're going to do. Can we can we try and record this wicked soundtrack? I'm thinking, you know, must we well pay the fucking Brian May? I was like, oh my god, no way. No. Defying Gravity would be a good song to do, but it for Jade's Rangers, it would not be up there. It would have to go Gravity. But it's seriously, it was amazing for us. But if she'd come in, right, she'd say, Tez, can we do that? Can we do that? It's like, are you sure you're gonna be able to do that? And I can try my best. Defying Gravity's alright. Defying Gravity's okay. I'm going to continue in a minute. Oh my god, I've only had the voice for that. Well, you did girl. You did the girl part. No Good Deed is my favourite. That seems to be pretty good. That would be interesting what they cover. If we don't get no copyright issues with it. Right, let me just go back to the chapter here. Plamix says, I remember getting little time in 2011. I think it was 3 or 2 days notice when Queen had the very weird documentary Days of Our Lives happening. I remember watching the first part of it in my living room. I remember watching it on my computer, and I recorded it. I recorded it using a brilliant capture card. I got BBC Two on my capture card, recorded it on the day, and I loved it. It was brilliant. Really good. Part 2 was good, but it's a bit short. Watched it a week later on the day, nearly forgot it. Part 2, I found it very dark, but I didn't like part 2. They didn't mention Flash or kind of magic albums. Yeah, that's the thing that people got pissed off about. Why did they not talk about that? Because I was saving it for the extras on the Blu-ray. There is a lot more hidden extras on the Blu-ray version than the DVD of it. But you know, that's it. Gaming Head says, but I'm more excited for further Queen releases than the movie. Well, this is the thing that Universal cannot say yet. They are going to be keeping things under wraps until further notice. The only thing you can do, if you want to do it, and here's something that you could do actually, why don't you get the number for Universal Music in the UK, ring them up, talk to head of music, and say, what is the next release coming out for Queen? And they'll give you an answer. They'll just say, well, we can't tell, we can't say. But you're thinking, I know what it's going to be, but they're going to go, Hyde Park, yeah. But there will not be any plans for Hyde Park to come out. There has been a lot of people asking me about saying, is Hyde Park coming out? It's sitting there. We don't know yet. We don't know what is going on. Praise the Lord. Freddie will only know. Freddie can only tell us he's there. But at this very moment in time, there's no plans at the moment to bring anything out from Queen. So yeah, that's your answer. Go away. Yeah, because all they do is they get locked in a room. There's like 7 of them locked in a room. Brian goes there, Roger goes there. They're all in a room. They make decisions. They go, right, Brian, what we're going to talk about now? What's released this year, mate? It's your box set this year, isn't it? It says, yeah, I'm waiting for my box set to come out. Yeah, great, man, great. And the box set gets he just lays it on a table. The light comes out and say, yeah, that one there, yeah, bonus tracks, yeah, mixers there, yeah, fine, mate, yeah. And then obviously they always keep saying, so what else do you want to bring out? Yeah, trying to get maybe some, I don't know, Hyde Park, bring Hyde Park out. And they'll just sit there and they'll go, Hyde Park, everybody in favour of that? Yes. I'm thinking, right, Hyde Park's next, okay, let's get it out. Well, we'll have to go back to the vaults and find what we can do with it. That's what they do. So you may think that they have got a policy, like they Universal says, we'll see what we can bring out, but we have to see what we can do. It's ridiculous. Just ring Universal up, they'll tell you. Anyway, do you think the members of Queen would tell you something about coming releases if you would meet them? You know what? Actually, Mark is the guy, Mark Bryden, who's living here now in the northeast, he's an hour and a half away from me anyway. He nearly went to Universal, but he went also to the Queen fan club and asked them as well. But the best guy to speak to about that is Jim Jenkins. He knows everything. He knew about the Rainbow box set coming out. He knew about the Freddie Mercury re-release coming out, which if you know the box set, the Freddie Mercury box set, that's up here in the corner, just there, where the strip is there. That is coming out again. It's getting re-released in January actually, because they didn't want to make it too much for it. But they're making it in about it's like a 12 DVD package, but way smaller than what the original is. But to be honest with you, they shouldn't bother bringing it out like that anyway. It's just fucking horrible. Why can't they just re-release it and get more money for that and just lower the price down? It would be easy enough to do. No, we can't do that. We have to make things smaller. We have to make things smaller. Yeah, yes, that's what they do. Have to make things smaller. Have to reduce it in price. I mean, look at it. I mean, right? They literally did. Right at the moment, that thing there. Let me see, what was it? So Great Pretender book, right? Just up there. That's the one, right? Which they basically just replicated that book from the box set to put into there in a smaller version of it. Now they're going to bring that out again, and then they're going to make that thing twice as small. Ridiculous. Absolutely stupid. It's pathetic what they're doing. It's a ridiculous thing they're doing for it. I like Brian Roger, Jim Beach, Peter Freestone have had some involvement in the movie, but I don't like the director Brian Singer. Bully Peter Freestone. Brian Singer was fired. Dexter Fletcher actually directed the movie. Brian Singer didn't want anything to do with it. He got sacked because he just didn't like the way he was doing it. So when they got Dexter Fletcher to come and direct it, perfect guy for the job, because he knew what he wanted to do. Well worth it. In Peter Freestone's interview, he says, "I'm sick of this month. It's trash talk. What Brian Singer said to Peter in a tent. Will this be the way Freddie would have been in this part of the movie or not?" That's the thing, right? They can all. That was what the disagreement was. He was pressurizing the lead actor to try and perform more like Adam Lambert, but he refused. And then Brian and Roger said, "Don't pressurize this guy, please, because you're just taking it too far." And that's why everybody doesn't like that guy now. Fair enough, he directed the X-Men first film, which I thought was a load of crap anyway. But the rest of it, well, really, it's a piece of the pie having, isn't it, for it? Lynn says, "I'm glad at least Brian's ridiculous idea to have Freddie Mercury die midway the movie was, what, mixed?" Oh, the movie was mixed. That part is not in the movie, actually. They were supposed to be making a part 2 of that. But I think the best one to watch is just the real life, which is the Channel 5 documentary. It is amazing. So you really want to watch that. It's just a real life. Amazing documentary. Really worth it as well. The guy who played it, the Australian dude. Fabulous thing. Channel 5 did a good job of that. But they won't bring it out on DVD and they won't bring it out on bloody download either. When you watch that thing, you'll have to get it off torrents, download torrents, and watch the bloody adverts in it. Fuck off. None of these adverts piss off. I would have loved to see that again. Really well worth it doing. It should buy that off Potato Productions, off ITV, and go BBC, stick it on. Hell of a brilliant documentary being made for that. Brilliant movie. If Bryan Singer wants to make his movies director, he'd make his movies directing it so well. I think he couldn't care less. More getting in the quality better than the actors and spot on the rules than actual caring for Freddie less. I do think he states he enjoys Queen music, likes Freddie's voice, and Bryan Singer, but he perhaps wants to be part of the movie to become more famous as a director. See, you see, the thing is, the way Bryan Singer became a director was because he had connections with Richard Donner. Richard Donner being the most brilliant, prolific director, executive producer, brilliant filmmaker, fucking good career. Omen, brilliant. Superman 1, brilliant. Superman 2, brilliant. The Goonies, Lethal Weapon, apart from 4, which I hated, number 4. All the movies that he directed was brilliant. Why couldn't they got Richard Donner to do it? Would be fucking better. It would have worked out really well if Richard Donner did do it, actually. He should have really gone back to directing again. I loved his direction. Directing style's great. But Lethal Weapon 1 to 3 is brilliant. Lethal Weapon 4, I would definitely say it was a load of crap. It was only because they wanted... It's only because they wanted Richard to do it because of the pressurised from Joe Silver, who was just being a dickhead at the time. And that movie didn't work at all. Didn't like that Kris guy, and I hated him. He ruined it so much for the movie. I thought, what the fuck's... What's he got to do with the movie in this? And I thought, oh, no. And I started to watch half of it, and I went, oh, turn it off. And I just couldn't stand that guy. He's ruined it so well. He's trying to be the cop and trying to do that. But it just doesn't work for the movie, so sorry to say. I would say stick with Beverly Hills Cop 1 and 2. Well, actually, Beverly Hills Cop 1 is the best film ever done by Eddie Murphy. I love Eddie Murphy's a great actor. I even like when he went like all of his swearing and all that stuff, and then after that he calmed down and did he did Bowfinger, and he did the Nutty Professor, which I thought was actually... I didn't think the Nutty Professor was funny. I thought it was kind of... The Nutty Professor was kind of... I mean, alright, Jerry Lewis was on the scene, and then Russell Simmons comes in from Def Jam production because he wanted to try and get notable people to come and work for it and stuff, and he pays for all the movie anyway. And then they all think, oh, well, hang on a minute, well, Russell Simmons has just come in to do it as a favour for it, but literally he's now decided, oh, no, let's get unknowns to come in, but I want Eddie Murphy to come into this because Jerry Lewis wanted him to come back. So the second one was, the second film, they should never have done the second film at all. I think the first one was better. It was, because they originally wanted Dan Aykroyd to come and play the teacher, but Dan Aykroyd refused to do it. He just said, I'm not doing this. So that's why they got the other actor to come and do it that way, which he did actually a good job of it. It was really funny. Great film. And that's when I had it on VHS. Right, chat's going good tonight, guys. Keep them coming in. Let's have a look. Let's see. Brian May. All right, Lynn says Brian May. I mean, according to Sacha Baron Cohen and Howard Stern, he was talking about his 6-year involvement with the movie. Yes, that was absolutely true. To the parted ways, and with all these arguments going on, saying you're not right, this is wrong, you're not playing it, get out of it. And Brian just had enough, and he says, you are going to do this role. And he said, no, I'm not going to. I'm leaving the set. Yeah, walked off the set, and that was it. Dick Gehring says it would be great if they released Freddie's music videos on Blu-ray next year. That would be amazing. That would be amazing to see them in Blu-ray. Oh my god, the quality would be outstanding. But the only thing is, would they do it? Would they have it spot on to have the negatives? not VHS rubbish prints like they've done in the past. Because what they should do really is the video collection on that one should be remastered, and the one on the Great Pretender ones, the alternative versions of it should be on as well with extra videos. That would be brilliant to see that again. And also brand new Blu-ray version of the Untold Story on the director's cut version. Brilliant, good idea. Yeah, they should do that. Haven't brought it out ever from it. Why? In fact, that's the thing. Why didn't they just put it on the Great Pretender Blu-ray? Would have worked out better for it. Oh, no, gotta keep things small. Yeah. Moving on anyway from that. I knew Brian grew up with a cat as a child, and his parents' house, and all dead is something about his cat he grew up with, and most of the cats. Most of he loved his cats. I bet they will play a small history part. Yeah. The Freddy version of that is pretty nice actually. I think the version of that is good. Let's have a look. When doing that track, Freddie thought, "I love cats, Brian. Would you let me sing this track?" And Brian thought, "Okay, Fred, but you got to remember it's about my cat." Yeah. I grew up with what would. Let's have a look. I grew up with what I want my vocal on the album, and perhaps turn it into a little argument. That would be sufficient. Gaming Head says, take a look on Facebook how it could look on Blu-ray. I will. I'll have a look now actually. Waiting for it. We talked to Gaming Head all day actually. And I just want to quickly say, Gaming Head, thank you very much for understanding. Thank you. Well, can't wait for the package. Now here's the thing, he's just sent me this, right? Let me see if I can get this on oh, got to view the view. I can tell you now. So this is what it looked like on Blu-ray. Great Pretender definitely would look brilliant on that. I think actually that would be a brilliant redo of it as well. It looks like he's wearing lipstick in that video. That's a weird thing, isn't it? Yeah, he is. He's wearing lipstick in the video. Maybe he forgot to rub it off when he was filming it at the time. That's how they should bring it out really for that thing. The DVD version's not too bad. But the version on Blu-ray, my God, the quality would be outstanding on that. So I think it's about time that they should reshoot again, because it hasn't been out for many years. 2006 was the last release of it. But it hasn't been out for many years now. So Universal, get your act together. Come on. Otherwise, people are going to ring up Universal's office and going to think, can we speak to head of department of music or something anyway? And they'll go, yes, certainly. And they'll go, this is Universal speaking. I think, I would just like a quick inquiry, please. What will be the next release of Queen? And they'll say, oh, sorry, we can't say that at the moment. We can't. We have nothing to be planned at the moment. But we can certainly give you a call back later on. It's like, this is Universal speaking. Hello. Yeah. I so. Here's a good story for you. Here's a good story. Does anybody remember Annika Rice, Challenge Annika, BBC? Challenge Annika was brilliant. I think that was a great show. The way they got so many letters in, and they set it up really, really well indeed. It's actually very interesting how on the documentary the executive producer of it, Mint on Films, said it had to be set up because we really we couldn't like do it real. So it was like, well, yeah, but you know you do it anyway. So that's it. But great show. Well, when it was, well, this was the weird thing, right? When it was finished on BBC, ITV just wanted to find a show that would be good for ITV side of it. So anyway, 2003, Annika gets a call from ITV and she says, we're thinking we are thinking of bringing your show back, Trans Annika. And she said, okay, would you be interested in doing a pilot for us and see if it would work? And we'd set it up as always, but you will still work with your old producer, and but this is what they said to her. But we'd like to have back the authenticity of how the show was. If you bring back the camera guy, the sound guy, and if you can make it a new version that we'd like to do. So anyway, she films the pilot show because the first one was about a charity gig, which Universal apparently paid for. So what does she do, right? There was by the way, this is when the music scene was being an arse. The guy at Universal, they go to the offices, they talk to him about it. Obviously, you know, it's totally fake anyway. So they said, we'd like to have all these artists to come up with some ideas and things, and we'd like to contact them. But she says after the film, it says, well, you know that these guys are coming tomorrow, and you know, says, yeah, I know that. So we've got to act it out though, for what it's worth. And he got the sack from Universal. That was the guy in charge of the department of it, and he got the sack because he was just, at the time, everything was going wrong for him. Universal just went, nah. And then ITV decides to cancel it because the fact is the popularity of the two people didn't get enough appraisal for what they did on the show. And she said, nah, I'm not doing it ever again. You can get lost. That's why she had a fight with ITV at the time as well, which is crap. So there's some knowledge for you there as well. Even with TV shows. Question for you, Tez. Do you know what happened to Freddy's cats after Freddy died? Yes. They are still with Mary. Mary has got control of the cats. Do you think they'll be still kept in Garden Lodge? Yes, they are. Some of them survived, some of them passed away, but Mary has now got the full enclosure of the cats. She does. I like to think they did. I like to think they did, as that the cats were his children more than having actual children. He had loads of cats. I've got a picture of one of them where Delilah, the massive one, that was his best one ever from it. And that was written for the Innuendo album as well. It would have been on a solo album, but obviously he decided to put it on a solo album. Do you know there's an unreleased documentary about Freddy from 1995 by Doro? I've got this one. Yes, I have seen this one actually on YouTube, and it is absolutely fucking worth watching. Because I've seen the rough cut of it, even the interview with her about the clocks and things. Wow. Why they never ever brought that out as the main official release for that was beyond me. But that was really fucking good. So yes, I have seen it and I love that one to bits. And I wish to God they brought it out on DVD. But never shown at the time. Tell you what, Gaming Head, you should get a hold of that one I said before. The Queen, that one about the Queen in Hungary. There's either ZDF or WD showed it, the German one, with Paul Rogers on it as well. It's all in English. I think Queen Mania has it on his channel somewhere. But look for that video, download it and watch it. Bloody good. Especially the interview with what happened to the guy who got arrested as well. Very interesting documentary. Sacha Baron Cohen said Brian May's idea for the movie would be for a Freddy to die in the middle. The second half would be the struggle and success of Queen after Freddy. That would be a failure. Yeah, that's what it was all about. He just this was all Brian's idea anyway. He's had it in the bag many years ago, but he didn't know if it was going to take off so well. So literally, it would have been that, you know, the thing for it. So it would have been interesting for it. I think in total there was about 11 to 13 cats that Freddie had, I liked in the movie there. They put them in there to show you he loved the cats. I know they're all in there anyway. Especially the documentary's brilliant. Here's a link on Facebook for that film. I'll find out for you actually while I do this. It is Queen in Hungary, I think it is. Which is it is a German one. I think it is. I don't know whether it is on here or not. It might be. I know it's definitely WDR. Or is it? No, it's ZDF actually. It's ZDF. I've got a funny feeling that I might have a funny feeling this might be taken off. It must be WDR. WDR. Look. It's yeah. Oh, it's been taken off. Oh, damn. It was a hell of a documentary when I watched it. It was brilliant. It's it was about Queen and Paul Rogers. Ivan Moscow, Worcestershire. Nope, it looks like they have took it off. That's a shame. That was a hell of a documentary when it came out as well. So yeah, they've took it off. They have took it off. Oh, it's a bloody shame that. Unfortunately, they have took it off. Damn. You might have to go and unblock it for it if you can, but it's well worth seeing that. It's brilliant. My goal for a short break test. A good few weeks as I want to finish another video game. I hope to be back after I watch Bohemian Rhapsody in the late week month of October. Nice one, mate. And I hope you do a live stream of your review on Tez. I do promise to do that, guys. Actually, when I go and see the movie, I will do a full review of the movie on the day. I will. I promise. I promise. As soon as I get the papers, guys, and I get the date night papers, we definitely will do. We'll find out the best reviews, the worst reviews. Put the camera on here. We'll show you the reviews on the table, and we will definitely go full frontal with it. Definitely will be doing that. I don't care how much papers cost these days. Probably a £5 or something. But I'm going to buy them all. I don't give a shit. Do you mean the second disc from Queen and Paul Rogers live in Japan 2005? I don't know, because what it is, it starts off with the guy who's saying, well, I'll tell you the true story about the Hungarian Rhapsody and all that. It's basically Brian and Roger in Hungary again to come back to do a show there. And Paul Rogers is there as well. Paul Rogers is in one of the is in the Hungarian hotels. He's playing guitar. He's playing Hawaiian Girl on the guitar, and then he's basically talking about how his role at the Queen came through. It was really interesting. It was bloody interesting. It's a shame I can't find it though. But if you can find that for me, oh, find it. It's fucking fantastic. It's got subtitles on it as well. It's all in English. Apart from the fact that Doro put his the guy from Doro did the commentary underneath it, just in his thing, in his Switzerland accent. Do recommend to see that again. Love that so much. Really good. I read Jim Hutton's book. He bought many of the cats to Garden Lodge. I thought it was kind of sad when he asked if he could take some of them. He was told no. No, because the reason being is that he felt comfortable with Mary taking the thing for that anyway. So that was cool. That book that I've got, the Leslie Ann Jones one, is somewhere. It was here somewhere. Oh, it's there. The best one to read is the Leslie Ann Jones book, the definitive biography, which is in the corner. I know you can't see because of the text, but it is there. And I am getting some lights next week, by the way, guys. Finally getting some lights sorted out. We're getting a light for this as well, would you believe? So that's working on next week. So that book there, the Freddie Mercury book, it's a hell of a good read, and that is well worth it. And get it on eBay for $5. It's well worth the money for that. Do read it. That is actually from a DVD. I'll send you the link. Right, okay. Thank you very much. I've just got it now. Do you mean this one? Hope so. Yes, it is this one. It is this one. But the thing about it is the beginning's cut because the yep, it is this one in Budapest. But the thing about it is that this apparently he says, "I'll tell you the true story of what really happened." Of this book. I'm not sure whether.
I became internationally known after that. I was not only the promoter of the show, but was
I think
brave as a promoter.
Show 19. Well, I'm very, very grateful for Queen because the show.
Yeah, but Laszlo, it's his name. But the one in the one on the show on the TV version, this is the cut version of it. The whole lot was on for an hour actually, but it's well worth seeing it. It is well worth seeing it. It's brilliant. So yeah, this part actually is part 2 of it because this doesn't come to this part with Paul Rogers does not come until later because the part with
the
part that they had was the very beginning of it, but they've cut this all out. There must be a part 1 of this somewhere when he releases the bonus in Japan. Alright, but that is right. That's part 2 of it. That's not the right. That's not complete. Shame about that because the complete version that I've saw is the version which has the very beginning of it with all of it uncut. That's just the middle section of it. It was really good though, really good. Yeah, but I'll buy it someday. But that is not complete though. Sorry to say, that's not complete. But it's really, really good. If I can find that original TV version of it, it'd be well worth it for us. So what is it? Queen of Paul Rogers. What was it called? The Queen of Paul Rogers backstage in Budapest. I think that's what it was called actually. That's not complete. One thing is, it's not. Yeah. Oh, the Super Live in Japan DVD. I thought it was from that one. Yeah. That's basically part of the. It's part of the DVD itself. But that's not complete. Sorry to say, it's not complete. But the TV version is longer. It's on for an hour. So that's just part 2 of it. So part 1 must be somewhere else on other DVD. But it's well worth it anyway for me. It's good. It is come up to 8:20. It's live here on Queensville. We were going to be here for an hour and a half, and we are nearly coming to the end of the broadcast because I've got to take somebody out. She's been waiting for a while. Bless her. But honestly, she's been great today. She needs it. But we are going to take her out in a few minutes. We're going to do 10 minutes for you guys, and then we're going to call it a night. Plan Mixer has just said, bye Tez. I'm gonna go have a splash, have a fag to smoke. Hopefully, chat in the next few weeks probably. Right. So I won't see you for a while, then Planet Mixer. I will catch you soon. And also, just a quick thing, Planet Mixer, before you leave, right? Before you leave, send me a friend request on Facebook and let me know where you are. I'll come and visit you, which I'm going to do soon anyway from it. But have a good week, mate. Really appreciate your chat. Love it so much. I love Gaming Head so much on this channel. Really good stuff. Have a great time, mate. Have a great time. Also, to Gaming Head as well, you also have been spot on. Seriously. Every time you come at the chat, made me happy every time. It's really good. The amount of people who I talk to on this channel, on this chat, I thought it would not have took off. Then people watch my videos all the time. The views get up so well. You go back to the very early beginnings of Queensville and you basically watch them, and then you think Tess should have some ideas to redo the videos again. And that's what I like about doing this, because I like to have the ideas coming from you guys. When I'm working on a business with Entertainment Limited, which is another business that I'm starting up right now to get singers in and doing albums and producing albums very well for people, it's just great that I have got a feedback from people who enjoy what I do. And it should be done that way. That's why I like it. And it's all good stuff. So I just need to reiterate what I said before I finish the stream. You guys can talk to me still. Don't worry, I'm not finishing yet. Just the fact is, next week I don't know what's happening next week, because from tomorrow I will not be able to do. Well, I mean, I can still work on recordings. I won't be able to live stream because things get in the way too much. And yes, our friend will be going home very soon. She's got to go for an operation on Tuesday. I'm going to miss my baby girl. This probably might be the last time I might see her actually on camera. But my sister is definitely taking her home because she's missing her like crazy, and she is taking her home. And she has been such a great doggy. She's a great dog. So we're going to work on getting some new lights in here, guys. I know this room is so dark. We're going to get some new lights in here. We're thinking about getting push lights in here, actually, which might work better. So we're going to have one in the corner there, one in the corner there, two in the back. A little light for that as well. So we're going to really improve this lighting a lot now in this room. It's going to work out much better for us. But Devin, just want to quickly say, Nicola Pierce, if you are watching this back, yes, Devin is going home. I'm really pretty much she's going to be very, very happy with the new home she's going to. They've built her a new cage, and it's time that four-legged friend decides wants to go home now. She's had a great year. She's had a great year here. She has a great year. So you've seen her for many, many months, but I didn't know whether it was confirmed she was going home. But my sister's got some time off work, and that's why she's going to get an operation done. Take her home, then do that for the purpose of what she is. And it's basically going to be, it's worth it. It's worth it. He says, Lim says to go look with your pup. Yeah, it's not my dog. It's my sister's dog. We had to look after it because my sister was moving at the time, and Devin has been staying with us for about a year now, and we've had it for a long, long time, and it's time for it to go to a new home now, a new territory, and then I'll have a day. Probably have to come on live to calm me down because it can be very hard to let something go when she's been here for quite a while, and everybody's going to miss her. I'm going to miss her like crazy because she's been a great dog, and she's really, really sweet. She's not had one single bite from people. She likes to play, likes to foul around, but seriously, great dog indeed. So, just Nicola, don't get upset because this will be the last time you see Devin now. But what we'll do for purposes of her now, we'll get a picture of her, a good picture of her, and we will actually put her in the corner of the screen so she feels like she's here and she's like, yes. So that's good. But yeah, we're gonna have a lot of But yeah, yes. If you're wondering, the light situation in this room is terrible. I'm getting the lights sorted out. It might be next week, actually. Another week. Is it the week after? The week after, actually. So the 12th of October, my lights are coming. Finally, there won't be stand lights. They'll just be basically push lights. We're going to have on the tops, which improves the lighting a lot better for this. I'll take a couple more questions, and then I have to go because she's desperately wanting to go out for one. Do you think it's worth buying every Queen album on CD? Right. Well, this is what I think. If you've got access to torrent pages like the Cap torrent page, which has been uploaded again, you can download off Root Tracker as well. You can download a huge catalogue of all of the remasters. I've got all the remasters now, the Potter remasters, on download. which I have on FLAC format, and they sound incredible. And worth buying them on CD. I think the best bet is buying the whole box set, to be honest, for £92. You can buy them £92 on Discogs, and I do have to say, definitely yes. If you want to get a good thing, get the 2011 remasters. Don't buy the 1994 ones; they're just atrocious. Buy the 2011 versions. Buy the box set. Just buy the whole lot. Which is it now, 90 quid or something now. You can buy on eBay for a cheap price than that anyway. So just buy it, you know. If you get the American version of it though, if you get the Hollywood Records version, you get a poster with it. And they're all in original jewel cases as well. And them versions are the best ones to ever go for. And the qualities are much better in the States. Buy the US version of it. It is well worth getting it. But yeah. But if you want to save your money though, torrent it and download it. Or ask me. I'll send it to you. Well, it'll be a massive, massive file to send. I got to split it up into four RAW files. But it's worth it. Worth it. But I'd say if you want to get back into Queen music, start buying the best ones to go for is the Japan ones, the original Japan ones. They are the 2001 versions, the silver editions. They are the platinum editions. Brilliant. Well worth it for get the artwork, you get all the poster, you get the full information about it. Japanese things, Japanese ones are great. So I do recommend Japanese ones as well. So that is it from me for this week. Possibly might be this next week, might be my week I can't stream next week. So if you watch this back, guys, still keep your comments on the discussion page. I'm very happy still to do that. If you guys want to keep me updated on other stuff, please tune into the SC Entertainment page, limited page on my page, SC Entertainment 2018. Go on to Facebook, like that page, see all my live streams on there for the videos I've just done. Jodie's album comes out on the 31st of October, and just an update about that, she's coming in not next week because she's moving now. The week after she comes in, the 9th of October, we start to record the vocals. We finally did start the vocals. We're hoping to get it done within at least 2 days' work. But it might be a long time to do it. But if we don't make the deadline for the 31st, then that means we've got another 2 weeks to get recorded. So we really need to try and get her in on the 9th of October and the 16th of October. The 9th of October and the 16th will be the 2 days that I'll only be able to get her in, because next week I can't have anybody in the studio apart from Jade being here. Jade is trying to come up. She's coming up next Friday, I think. She's trying to come up next Friday just for a few hours, because she can't really stay along on Friday. But we're also going to sort out the other guys as well next week. So my whole week's going to be here, there, everywhere, you know, as well. But like I say, but thanks very much for everybody giving so much good support to Queensville. Like I say, guys, we do apologise that the fact that the AdSense was stopped, but it's right. It's right what YouTube does. There's not been any loss happening. It's the fact that the content that I've uploaded apparently has been not really revenue type thing. So apart from that, we are going to stay with original content for now. Angry Penguin will still go ahead, but obviously I'm not going to pay for Angry Penguin. But yes, YouTube's policy is right. I think it sucks though. I think it's ridiculous what they do though. But saying that, it's what it is. So it is, isn't it? As it is, it is. Anyway, from it. Right, thanks so much to Gaming Head. Thanks so much to Lynn B. Keep subscribing to the channel. Thanks so much to Planet Mixer, who's going to be off for a while, so I won't see him for a while. Also, thank you very much to Jade tuning in, to Logan, also to Jodie as well. and Charlie for yesterday. Really appreciate yesterday, really did. And to you guys for watching as well. Thank you for tuning in. I'll see you guys back here. Not next week because I'm having a week off now. See you guys next week, which will be 2 weeks' time. And well, by the time that my sister goes home and gets Devon sorted out, we will definitely be back with Queensville anyway with that. But just to say, I wanted to say bye. Let's say goodbye, Devon. Come here. There you go. Bye bye. Bye bye. She's a gorgeous dog, isn't she? Alright guys, that's it for me. See you guys in 2 weeks' time. Until then, have a good week. I'll see you in a fortnight. Bye.